Hey, what's up guys, it's T-Bone here and welcome back to another episode of playing Legendary Game of Heroes. So Player Celebration Week 2 preview is now available. So first let's take a look at the video that they've provided to see what this deck is about. Now unfortunately they don't have the best deck and the base deck that they normally do, but they do have this video to showcase the new mechanic for this deck. They're calling it the Epicenter deck. And what they have, what they're showing here is the concept of this celebration tile that you can see getting dropped onto the board, and then using the ultra rare cards, it will actually trigger these tiles and expand them into power gems. And so that's all we have here. But you can see that it does seem to generate quite a bit of power gems. But without that video, it's really hard to really showcase a new mechanic. So I think what I'm going to try and do today is we'll take a look to see if I get the cards, and then we will go into more detail using that, using that card in a campaign or something. So let's take a look at the cards. So just like keeping with the last celebration, they're also offering the first two tiers of this particular event for free. And so like last time, what I recommend is if you can, go up to tier 3 because you do get some savings from gems and you get a rune as well as a chance for one of the heroes here. And so we're definitely going to be opening that up. And also, if you take a look at the celebration market, they have refreshed it. So they've changed it. There's a couple of rewards that you can claim here. And they've also changed the Master Collection card here. You can see these are now refreshed, but it's still the same cost at 20,000 tickets. And so it can be expensive if you're looking to get them. The only way to get the tickets is to buy packs. And so that's something to think about. So for me personally, I already went ahead and got some of the mana there. Using the free, using whatever tickets I had. I still have 550 left from the previous event. But I think what I'll do is I'm going to try and save some for the legacy deck. This is the first time that they're providing an ability for you to get a full complete deck without the ultra ultra rare, but with the ultra rare event card and a support card by using these tickets. So you can buy a Cerulean and also Sapphiron as well as Andaria. These were a little bit older, but it's one of the water commander deck that you could use, as well as an ability to buy a previous relic. Now I think this is probably the best part of this entire legacy deck idea. I really hope that they continue, because this is a way for you to get a previous relic for really cheap. So it costs only 600 tickets, and if you look at the price for the tickets you can get first couple of tiers, you'll already be able to get at least one, and so that's a lot cheaper compared to some of the revival packs that you may or may not get the relics for. So that's something I would highly recommend if you're looking for that particular relic that powers ancients. And so since I've already done the this ancient deck, I'm not really going to go into that detail, but this actually will help with the overall, if you get these additional support cards from the hero collection, you can actually make a deck out of it, and they're all going to be 10 times, so you can actually play a different way and try them out. So something different. I think that's a pretty good idea. Now let's go ahead and open up our packs. So like I said, I'm going to get the first two tiers. So let's go ahead and open up to tier 3 here. And I did save quite a bit of gems from the last event, so I could afford to go up to tier 4 and also look for additional packs as the event progresses. So let's see here. And looks like I got the 5-star Erhard Drill Fist. I've actually heard quite a few people getting these cards on the first couple tiers, which is interesting. So let's see. Tier 2, let's see what we get here. And another one. So unfortunately, no event card just yet. Let's go ahead and open up tier 3 and see if we can get the event card. Okay, and so I'm gonna leave it until the last one to open up, and we also got a rune there, and let's see. So I got Sapphiron, so unfortunately no event card there. Let's go ahead and open up tier 4 then to get the card, so that we could power this card up, and then we could see what we can do with that deck. And so that's the card right here. Let's see also what is the required. Let's see. Let's go ahead and change. Let's see what the catalysts are needed for this card. Where did it go? Here it is. So in order to evolve this card, you will need to have Villain's Tools. And so that is something that is available in the Dust Shop. If you click on this, it will tell you where you can actually get them. You can get them from the Dust Shop, or you can get it from the Daily Dungeon. It will cost you 50. And when I mean a Dust Shop, if you go into the Dust here, into the store, and you go down to Dust Merchant, if you go to shards here, you'll see you can get a single shard for 50 dust, and you can basically it'll cost you 1,000 dust to get a full catalyst, and so that's one way to get them. Now let's go back to the let's go back here and let's do the collection as well. So let's see here. Right now I just have the one, so let's see what we can get. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that I get better luck this time. I am missing 2 runes, and this is where, you know, I wish I had gotten either Andaria or Cerulean. You know, I didn't get either of those 2. I already got the Sapphiron, so that was really unfortunate because, you know, I would have really liked Andaria there, and I could have gotten an extra rune with that. So that's unfortunate there. But we can go into the market and let's claim these rewards and see what we get. So let's see. So that's 700 there, and also another 700 for VIP. And so that does mean that I'll be able to afford at least to get the Cerulean as well as Andaria there for 2,300 tickets. And so with that, I'll be able to get the runes. And what I will do next is let's take a look at the cards before I do any of that. So now let's take a look at the cards and let's talk about the back of these cards. And then after this, what we can do is we can try out these cards in a deck. So Quirrellblade Raidu, this is the card I got. It's a water corrupt type, and this is warrior. And so you can see the battle skill here. So the battle skill is called Tengu's Trick. It will create 2 water power gem 1s and 1 celebration tile on the gem board. And these celebration tiles will create water gem, power gem 2s above them for 4 turns. A lot of words here, and it takes a little bit of time to really sort of understand what's going on. But basically, these tiles are going to be placed on the board, and by itself, it will simply create power gem 4s for 4 turns straight. So without doing anything, without the ultra rare in place, that's what it will do. And every time you activate the power battle skill, you'll also create additional power gems. So you can think of it as when you activate, you're going to get 3 power gems, 1 power gem 2 and 2 power gem 1s. But the tile stays for 4 turns, and the cooldown for this card is 2 turns. So you'll be able to activate the battle skill twice in 4 turns, meaning you'll have 2 of these tiles on the board for that duration. And the defense skill, sort of the dispel here, is armor. So we can expect that the one of the guild bosses or the legendary bosses would be armor. Will be casting armor there. All right, and then let's take a look at the Master Collection card, Karasu, Phantom Thief. Now, what she will do is same thing. She'll also create 2 water power gem 1s and 1 celebration tile on the gem board. So it's exactly the same skill here, but the difference is the cooldown is 1 turn instead of 2 turns. And so what you could do is theoretically, if you can actually match 9 gems each time, you could place 4 of these tiles on the board over 4 turns. And each time it will actually generate power gem 2s. And I believe if you don't match those gems, leaving the power gem 2s on the tile, the next turn it will convert it to a power gem 4. So we will definitely try that out to see if that's the case. This will dispel blind, and then let's take a look at the support card here, Tanu the Cunning. So it will increase corrupt intensity by 10 and creates 5 water gems. So this is your gem creator. It is a 3-turn cooldown, so it's not going to be something that can be used turn after turn. But it does give you a 5% heal every turn. So this is a good water heal card. And it's a warrior corrupt as well. Finally, we'll take a look at the ultra rare. So Golden Trickster. Now this card will trigger 1 celebration tile plus 1 additional per 200 corrupt intensity. Now I already know from the network app that at 6 stars it just requires 150 corrupt intensity, and it basically can trigger up to 10 of these tiles. And the way this triggers is, so when you trigger the tile, it will create water power gem 2s across in the same row and column as a tile. So you go across and also up and down, and it has a 3-turn cooldown there. So the reason why it's a max of 10 is because if you put 10 of them basically the configuration is if you just kind of do it's 7 by 5. If you put 2 of them next to each other across 5 rows, you're actually going to be able to get a full board power gen 4s. And so with 10 of those, that's a guaranteed power gen 4s right there. But there's no damage boost overall for this entire deck, so the damage will be capped, and it does dispel fear. So there is fear in this particular event with the bosses, so that's something to keep in mind. All right, and so with all of those cards, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little bit of time and build up the card, and then I'm going to build a deck, and then we'll come back and take a look at the cards in action. All right, so what I did was I actually went ahead and purchased the other 2 cards that I was missing for the runes. So in the Legacy deck, I got the Cerulean as well as Andaria. And if you notice here, Andaria actually is there still, whereas Cerulean disappears. So you can only get one of the ultra rare card there, and Andaria is now more expensive to get. So that's something to take note as well. So for me, I was able to evolve them also to 6 stars. So I actually went ahead and collected the runes. It's looking pretty good so far. I got 4 out of 6 right now. I can also craft an additional one from the previous event, and so I'm hoping that I'll be able to get at least one of the Master Collection cards so that I can try this deck out. And what I've done also, in addition, I've sort of just placed all those cards into one deck right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try out the deck, really with the focus on just the card itself, the Raidu. And so let's go ahead and let's pick a card that won't impact the deck. So let's go ahead and try this out just to see the mechanic here. Again, having only just the event card, that's all I can really show. But I think we can probably look at building a deck that's going to be similar in how it's going to work out, and sort of see how that will work. So for me, what I've done is I've just set the 3 of the historical collection cards and also Raidu, and I put in a Summertime Aphrodite just to generate some power gems, but we have other options for that as well. And so to start, let's go ahead and make sure that we power up the entire deck here. And we can see what happens when I activate Raidu. So if I go ahead and activate Raidu, what you're going to see is you should expect 2 power gem 1s, followed by a celebration tile that gets dropped on the board. So now what you'll see is 2 power gem 1s gets created, and the tile actually gets placed on the board without anything. So this could be placed onto a water gem or a power gem already, but it's not a guarantee. And so whereas I thought that it would actually start with a power gem on the board, it's actually not the case. What it'll do is it will actually generate the power gem 2 on the next turn. So if you look at this, now it's actually generating a power gem 2, and if I let it go one more turn, what you'll see is it's now going to convert this to power gem 4, because in its place it would create a power gem 2 as well, and so it just goes ahead and upgrades that. And so that's something to consider. And then now the way to play the historical cards is you want to make sure that you activate Sapphiron first, because it's going to cast Petrify. And once you've cast Petrify, then you go ahead and activate Andaria. Now I've half her at 5 star right now, so it only creates 3 power gem 1s. At 6 stars, it will create power gem 5. And let's go ahead and activate Cerulean, who then will actually, depending on intensity, upgrade the rest of the power gems that's on the board. And so we can also use Aphrodite to create more. So we have a pretty good set of power gems right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and actually match enough so I can power up Raidu's skill again, and just to show you what it's gonna look like when you have 2 of these on the board. Now, I believe because I used 3 turns here, at the end of this turn, the one that's currently on the board will actually disappear, but let's go ahead and activate this. And so now I'm going to have 2 of these on the board, and as I continue to go through turns, you're going to see now the second tile will have a power gem 2, whereas the other one, if I have moved it, I think that's what I should have done. I think one of the things you want to do is you want to maximize your power gems. So I think what you should do is you should probably move it out of the way. And then if we do this again, so that's turn 2. And then if I move it one last time, then I can actually then generate a Power Gen 4. So it's actually a kind of interesting way so you can choose. You can either create a Power Gen 4, or you could just, upgrade your current one to a Power Gen. You can either upgrade your current one to Power Gen 4. You can create, Power Gen 2s. So you can have additional ones. So I think that's actually kind of cool. When you think about how this all works out, and then you would then just play this deck as normal, and then just remember there's other cards that would actually power up by generating additional water gems, and so let's actually go and build a deck around that. So let's go and finish up this. I'm going to have to sell some cards as well, so let's do that first. So sort by age and then sell all of these cards. So then Andaria actually requires Divine Sapphire. I had a bunch of them already from, I guess, from either, I forget now, probably bounty events, but I had a bunch of them. So let's go ahead and level this up to 6-star. It's actually a pretty useful card by itself anyways. And now instead of Summertime Aphrodite, I kind of want to make sure that I could generate, as many, I think I'm going to mimic this card actually. So let's go ahead and use water. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and, so I will go ahead and activate, I'll put in Drake Veeple, because Drake Veeple heals and also creates 5 water gems. So it's as close as I can get. So let's go ahead now and go back and see how this would work out with this upgrade in place. And so let's do that now, just to try this one more time. And I actually just realized that by moving the gem out of the way each turn, you actually get more more power gems. And then if you have the ultra rare to basically trigger it, then you can upgrade all of that to Power Gen 4. So something to keep in mind there. And I just realized I didn't change my relic because I got rid of my card there, so that's okay. Let's go ahead and hopefully, okay, so I can match here. All right, so let's go ahead and activate everything. I think I'm going to end up being on wave 3 at the end of this because I'm going to defeat all the enemies. Yeah, that's okay. So let's go ahead and activate this now, and then we will try this. We will try that. Try that strategy again, and let's check this out. So let's go ahead and do some matches here, and then so the turn 2, I'm going to go ahead and generate Power Gem 2, and then move this out of the way. Turn 3, I'll have another one, and then one last time, if I were to not move it, it's going to create Power Gem 4, and then what I can do now is go ahead and activate Sapphiron, then Andaria, and then Cerulean, and then Drake Veeple. So yeah, so right now, have a, just for fun, I'm going to go ahead and activate the wolf from the previous event. And what you're going to see is just a bunch of fire gems that will drop, and we will clear wave 3 with that. And so I think this is a pretty interesting deck, actually pretty interesting mechanic, and hopefully this helps a little bit with, understanding how this card works. So, starting in the next video, hopefully I'll get the Master Collection card as well. I will also try for the Ultra Rare, and then I will have a chance to play the full deck in the next upcoming episode. So, thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for putting up with a little bit of a different sort of format for this particular video. Hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what your comments are and feedback, and I'll see you next time. Take care.